Hey, what's up, everyone? Hey, I wanted to share with you my number one word for 2022, and that word is surrender. Let me say it again. My word for 2022 is surrender. And I have a few reasons why that's a word for me to focus on this year. And I hope that as I share this, it inspires you a little bit as well. One is that I'm human just like you all are, right? And as humans, we have our self doubt, we have our insecurities, we have our fears, we have all of these different thoughts or emotions that often hold us back, right? And then we have this other side of us. It's almost like the one person on your shoulder, the negative, self-doubting person on this shoulder, and the positive, optimistic, opportunist, positive on the other. And I want to make sure day in, day out, much easier said than done, that I surrender to the best version of myself. I surrender to the little guy on the shoulder that has a positive mindset and that is opportunist and that loves and that cares and that wants to be the best version of Cody I can be. I want to surrender to that side of myself to take over the well-being of me as I live my life. So one is to surrender to that individual, and it's listening to that version of myself that in the easy times and the hard times, the challenging times and the fruitful times, like even I'll just being vulnerable here with you. I had some news come to me, some personal news related to my family, my parents. Some news, they made me aware of some stuff that I was not prior aware of, and it absolutely rocked my boat. And I really started, and so I spent like 2 days in a ton of meditation and prayer and just kind of being still, being silent. And I was ultra focused on allowing the best version of myself to take over and control my mindset and my emotions versus, that other guy on the shoulder that goes negative and allows, my emotions and my mental state to fall off the rocker. So that's one thing that was related to surrender is surrendering to the best version of myself. Second is surrendering to the opportunities that present themselves to me. Is that instead of me trying to control everything in my life, which I've worked on hard for the last several years, but surrendering to different opportunities, different, it could even be opportunity to meet somebody new, right? Or an opportunity to speak somewhere, or an opportunity to take my daughter to the park, or an opportunity to, go somewhere with my wife, an opportunity to, whatever it is, right? It doesn't really matter what it is, but surrendering myself to the opportunities that become available or present themselves in my life. It could be surrendering to a book that someone told me I should read, or whatever, an event I should go to, or there's so many different things that for whatever reason are presented to us or become available to us, or that are presented to us, and we have we have the choice of what we do. And call it the universe, call it there's actually a book I just recently read that a friend of mine referred me to. It's called The Surrender Experiment. And it was about this gentleman that basically surrendered his life to the experiences, or just he surrendered his life to what came his way. And I call it Jesus, right? I mean, I think most of you know I'm a follower of Jesus, but I don't really care what label you put on it right now. It's not my point, whether it's Jesus or the universe or whatever, but to just not always force it, not always chase it, but rather just surrender to what comes your way, right? Say yes when the self-doubting side of you, or the negative side of you, the insecure side of you wants to say no. Say yes, right? Surrender. Say no to the things that present themselves that might be fun or easy, but really isn't going to help you become the best version of yourself. I'm rambling at this point. At the end of the day, I believe in you. I mean, I believe in, and the reason I can say that without even knowing you specifically is because we all have gifts, right? We all are here for a reason. We all we all have our self-doubting negative side, insecurity side, but then we also have optimistic sides, right? We have the other side of us that we believe in ourselves and we know we have gifts. And we do, because we all do. So I can say I absolutely believe in you because I believe we all have opportunities. I think we all have gifts. And I think we all have an opportunity to become the best version of ourselves. So with that said, my word for 2022 is to surrender.